I'm Nicole Merrick, your independent consultant with Usborne Books and More. You know what makes Usborne Books fun and unique? It's how interactive so many of the books are. I'm going to show you some of my favorite interactive books. I'm going to start with books for the younger readers and work my way up to books for the older readers. This is Baby's very first Finger Trail Playbook Garden. On each page, you'll find these unique finger trails that are recessed in the page. A super innovative introduction to subtraction is our slide and see subtraction. Check this out. There's 5 carrots. You take away 5, and now there's 0. Count the butterflies. There's 5 butterflies. Take away 1, and that leaves 4. All Better is one of my favorite titles. This book is so much fun. Inside the book, you'll find these thick vinyl stickers. If they ever lose their stick, you can just wash them in warm soapy water and they'll become sticky again. On each page, an animal gets injured. Your child will delight in cleaning, kissing, and putting a bandage on each animal's boo-boo to make it all better. Our Wipe Clean books are super interactive and fun. Kids get to draw and then just wipe away when they're done. These great books work with any dry erase marker or crayon. Let's take a look inside Wipe Clean starting spelling. On the first page, children are asked to write which letter each word starts with. Each page in Wipe Clean Garden Activities has a fun educational activity that your child will love. For example, on this page, they're asked to complete a maze, do a dot to dot, write an X on the dragonfly that does not match the other, and draw over the dots to finish the fountain. There are over 25 titles in the Wipe Clean series. Be sure to check out all the titles to find the perfect fit for your child. A really fun series that we offer is our Picture Puzzle series. This is our Dinosaurs Picture Puzzle book. For the child who likes cats and dogs, we also have a Cats and Dogs Picture Puzzle book. A fantastic interactive series that we have is our Look Inside series. Titles include Look Inside Your Body, Look Inside the Jungle, and Look Inside Construction Sites. Here they're taking a look inside a building site. When they open up a flap, they see that the house is being built, and there's actually a flap within the flap, and they see the house further along in the construction process. There is so much to see and discover in this fun flap book. And for those of you who are worried about the flaps, don't forget we have a 50% lifetime replacement policy. We'll replace your book for half the price that you paid. For life. Our magic painting books are so much fun for young artists. There are quite a few titles in this series. There's a nice thick board page in the back that you can place behind the page that you're working on so your other pages don't get wet. But if you prefer, you can also tear the pages out along the perforated line. Do you have a child who loves pop-up books? Would they love to make their own pop-up book? In this fun new series, they can make their own pop-up book featuring either animals or dinosaurs. The back of the book contains a pocket with all the pieces they need and instructions for creating their pop-up book. They color the pages, tape and glue where indicated, and in the end, they'll have a beautiful pop-up book that they created all on their own. Our fingerprint activities books are so fun. What a cute keepsake to save your child's little fingerprints. What they do is they push their finger onto the ink pad and then place their fingerprint onto the page to create simple artistic drawings using the simple steps provided. So here they fill the branches with sleeping bats by putting their fingers on and then adding a few lines. Then they're shown how to make flying bats. We also have a fun interactive card set. 50 optical illusion cards. You might find the illusions hard to believe, so there are revealer cards included. Do the colored lines in this image look wavy to you? They do to me. But when you check with the revealer card, you can see that they're in fact perfectly straight. When you look on the back, you can see that the black lines trick your mind into believing that the colored lines are wavy. We also have interactive books for the older children in your life. The See Inside series is fantastic. This is the series that made me fall in love with Usborne. See inside where food comes from. What makes the blue in blue cheese? Which nuts grow underground? Why are some things grown in greenhouses? What things do we eat most of in the world? We also have See Inside New York City. One of the world's most exciting cities, New York is filled with famous sights. With amazing illustrations and flaps to lift, this book takes you on a tour of the city's skyscrapers, museums, and buzzy, bustling streets. There are over 80 flaps to lift in this book. See inside space stations and spacecraft. Blast off for an amazing view inside of spacecraft, from the early days of the space race to building a space station, exploring Mars, and more. This book has over 70 flaps to lift, sure to keep your child engaged for hours. I hope you enjoyed some highlights of our interactive books.